Hello and welcome to this episode of Improv Quest here on Grouch Couch. I will be your lovely tavern keeper for the evening, backstage bard, but you may call me Ray.
Hello, lads.
Hello, there they all
Hello,
are.
lads.
We are here, we are live, and we want to thank you for joining us this evening. Let's go around and meet our players, starting with fantastic guest here that is with us for the evening. We want to highlight them as much as possible. Let's go ahead and give it up for James. Would you like to introduce yourself?
James!
Hello.
I'm James Jackson. I'm a GM over at Tabletop Misfits. We've run a slight cosplay-based TTRPG live play in Icewind Dale every Monday. We also do an interview show on Wednesday nights where we bring new guests in every week to talk about how they run their games. In just a couple weeks, we're launching our new show as we dive into the world of Moria. And we're not going to be playing D&D.
Yeah, dude.
We're actually playing the One Ring, which is much more grim and gruesome and dangerous. I love it.
Actually,
That sounds
super
sick as
cool.
fuck.
It's so much fun.
Super
Love trying new
Yeah.
systems here, especially getting outside of,
Music. On your
traditional.
promos, I was like, ooh.
Yeah. Make sure that you are following James wherever they are. Make sure to keep up with them. And then also, they will be playing.
And Basil is a halfling who lives a very quiet and simple life until he decided to go on an adventure. Interesting enough, it wasn't against the dragon this time. This one, he found a way to get into a secret area where he ran into a ring.
But thank you for that, James. And now moving from all the way here at the top, let's go ahead and start with this new character. Who's this guy? Who's this black winged creature?
Hello. Hi, hello, everybody. My name is Turk, usually, yes, Game Master. Today, character. Very fun, very fun. I'm playing new character tonight. It wasn't on promos. I don't care. I'm playing Fizz. Fizz is a Kinku artificer who makes poisons and potions and really likes shiny objects and also is afraid of heights. And he can change his voice at will because he's an artificer, so he does all different kinds of voices all the time. But his laugh remains the same. And this is his first time ever at the Tall Tale Tavern. And
That's right, baby. We're playing Bumbling the Hot Mess Divorcee Rogue Bearkin, and then we're gonna probably
Copy
get
that.
fucked tonight because usually that's how stuff happens. Anyways,
A little bit.
yeah, it'll be great.
The baby's here. She back. Baby back. It's been a couple weeks off, but baby back. But yes, Cookie the Kobold, also an artificer. Not that she ever uses it. She's more of an emotional support kobold.
I want to thank you guys for joining us this evening. And I think, without much further to do, I think it is time to crack open the book of the Tall Tale Tavern and see what story spills out this evening.
There be a tavern that live in legend, where gold won't buy ye a thing, but a grand tale just might. At the Tall Tale Tavern, a well-spun yarn earns ye a drink and a place in the book of adventure, where only the mightiest of deeds are remembered. But mind ye, not every tale makes the cut. Only those bold enough to hold the crowd's ear shall live on in legend. So sit yourself down, speak true, and may your story stand the test of time. And welcome back to the Tall Tale Tavern.
And welcome in this evening. Our story begins where it always does. At the Tall Tale Tavern, there seems to be a ruckus of sorts happening on the inside, as a strange bit of circumstances seem to be happening. We cut into the tavern where, instead of the raucous music and the joyous festivities, instead the tables have all been pushed to the sides, the chairs, and in the center of the tavern, there appears to be a very roughly constructed fight pit with sand pushed on the floor, and we see two characters going at it, just knuckles deep. And if any of you wish to jump into the ring this evening, please, this might be your time to do so.
Jump in there, baby.
All right, so
Hold on.
Bomblin is definitely in the ring.
Now look, Bomblin, dude, I know you used to be married to the queen, dude, but no more. That doesn't give you rights.
Yeah, I used to be King Consort. Now I tell you what, you fucking feather bed. It doesn't give you the right to go around and pick it up anything that might be shady. That's magic.
Look, dude, I'm not trying to fight you, you know? But I can help you.
And without even a moment's notice, without even a single thing, without even a chance for y'all to even think, Wild Thorn jumps into the ring with a steel chair and just comes down on the back of Bomblin's head.
Oh no!
All right, everybody, campers. All right, I think we've had enough this evening. We can all agree that the new guy is definitely the winner. So everyone, just let's give it a round of applause to Fizz, who won that a long time ago, and we were all just really tired of seeing Bomblin like hurt himself more. So here's everyone raise a glass. Raise a glass. And in this moment, where would you say Cookie is?
Cookie's actually like walking up to Wild Thorn and be like, "Can you summon the whale? I have a score to settle."
So all of a sudden, Wild Thorn is like, "Oh, yeah, I totally agree. Fizz won and should be crowned the winner of this here festival." Oh, hey, Cookie.
Who asked you? And Cookie's gonna dive bomb the whale into the ring. But
And also,
Cookie's so small.
The crowd starts just chanting, "Cookie, Cookie, Cookie, Cookie."
Cookie, 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 cookie.
To which you all turn to your friend and now very strong confidant, Basil, who at the moment is sitting at the same height as Cookie, enjoying a beautiful pipe that seems to make fun shapes as you blow into it. And you all take a second, because as you hear Basil clear his throat, you all hear the familiar tanking of the... All right, everybody, the fun of this evening is over, as the very famous and well-known barmaid,
Rosa.
oh my God, my brain just did the thing.
Rosa,
the barmaid. Thank you, Cookie. Tanks, it's like, all right, everybody, it's last call. You all know the rules. You got to pay your tabs unless you have an interesting, story to tell. So come on, does anyone have any stories this evening? Anyone have a fun yarn that might wet our whistle and our minds?
Yeah, dude.
Oh, the new Fizz, the new guy. Everyone, give the stage to Fizz.
Recently, my guy, I went on an adventure with Basil.
You did. That's right.
Yeah. He's got he had a cursed ring situation going on, dude. And this is my first time
It
here.
was the best. It wasn't a curse. It was the best problem to have. It was a blessing, and he just got rid of it.
Well,
It-
now
it's-
technically
it's
it
been
wasn't
a while,
gotten
but
rid of. We still have it.
We still have it.
Why does it
It's right here. It's right here.
And with that, the crowd just seems to go, oh, and everyone just immediately, tankards go down. Everyone immediately, it's weird. You see giant orcs and bugbears and dwarfs and elves. Everyone all of a sudden immediately goes crisscross applesauce, just sitting up, staring at the four of you in rapture. And with that, let's go ahead and roll initiative.
All right.
All right.
Oh.
I just forgot how hard it was to say in this thing.
And I will go ahead and roll the target number for the opening scene. Whoa, that was some natural 20s in there.
So,
Yeah.
in the rules, it changed. You just pick now. Like, you just pick the DC as the tavern master.
Ah, well then I like the new rules then. That makes my job easier. So this first scene, we're going to set the DC at an 8. Okay? It's going to be how we start. Because our story begins, very interesting enough, with everyone that we currently see here running down the streets of this very city.
Dude, I
being
got a
chased
natural
by
1
guards.
for initiative, my guy.
Yep. So you're all running down the streets of the very city of this very town. Guards are chasing you. However, there is one notable difference.
Nikki 2000
Basil
91 used reroll fizz.
Fizz's first reroll! Thank you, Nikki.
Hello!
Appreciate you, dude.
That's right, chat. Natural 1s can get rerolled. Natural 20s can get rerolled. You control a lot of what happens here this evening.
My
So
goodness.
this
Yeah,
is
that's
going to
the
be
thing. When they
fun.
don't like you.
Hopefully they
So-
like me then.
As you're running, again, you're running down the streets. You all seem in a panic. You don't really know what's going on. The guards are chasing you, but your new acquaintance is noticeably taller. Incredibly so. In fact, you seem to be running down the streets chased by guards, accompanied by a 9-foot tall halfling.
Yes.
And so our initiative order here was going to go to, right, it looks like Basil and Cookie have a shared initiative. So you can either choose one or the other to go first or go at the same time. Combo moves, your choice.
Can I, right, next week on Improv Quest is the giveaway! So make sure to throw out suggestions in chat, my guy, because we're going to be giving a giveaway next week. So, yes. And, Ray.
Next time, do this at the beginning when I'm doing the freaking house cleaning,
forgot.
Turk.
I forgot! Also, I'm not Turk, I'm Fizz.
Cleaning the house?
I forgot! If you could, do tally marks on a piece of paper.
For the suggestions, yeah, that people are, yeah, I got you. That's right, chat. If you throw suggestions into the chat, they could potentially be used tonight in game, and then you get added to the giveaway that is next week. So that is happening. And now back to the story. So again, yes, you were running, being chased down the street, but seems to be guards, and they seem to be very angry at you for some reason. I will let you both take the scene at this moment. Tell me what is going on and how did you guys end up here?
Do you want me to take it or do you want to go first?
You seem to have a better clue of what's going on, so you go right ahead.
Okay, so we're running. And, we're panicking because you see behind us, yeah, there's a bunch of guards, but even further behind, there's this big museum with, lots of fun little trinkets, and we made the mistake of bringing the Kenku with us, and the Kenku was breaking in.
_Pubit just redeemed caster cantrip. Dancing lights.
Perfect. So as you're running and you mention the artifacts that you stole or potentially brought a Kenku with you.
Liberated. We liberated artifacts.
You actually hear a rustle as Fizz seems to be jostling with one of the items that you picked up. It seems to be a flask sometimes, and they accidentally drop it. And in doing so, all of a sudden around their person are these little glowing lights that all of a sudden make it much harder for you to hide.
Oh, well.
Yeah, so we brought the Kenku, and the Kenku broke all the stuff, kept stealing stuff and breaking stuff because it was all really shiny. And listen, Basil was just trying to keep the stuff on the display, and this ring slipped onto his finger as he was trying to put it back, but now it's stuck there, and now he's huge, which is amazing. He's so big.
A new member joins the party.
Lauren _S has followed.
Hello.
Cute. So,
Yes.
you were at a store full of wonderful magical trinkets and items just to show your friend Basil here what you could find on an adventure. You know, again, being a new adventurer, maybe trying to wet their toes a little bit, they need a place to go, a place to see what's out there. And unfortunately, again, sometimes the Kenku has other plans. So, Cookie, what would you say to end this scene for yourself? What role do you think that either yourself or somebody else needs to make in this moment as you are running, fleeing?
I think because we're running so big and Basil's not used to his big body that like he keeps knocking over barrels and stuff. So we all have to make an acrobatics check.
All right, so you're running. You want to try to get past the guards. Everyone go ahead and give me that acrobatics. Again, the DC is only an 8.
Well, thankfully, it's one of my skills.
All right, good. We've got a 12, we've got a 14, we've got a 17. Wow. And we've got a Fizz, waiting on Fizz. Fizz got a 13.
Community subs.
Wow. Thank you for showing some love to the couch. And guys, if you just got to subscribe to the Grouch Couch, you got some emotes. Go ahead and use them, you nerds.
Hey, that was 5. Thank you so much, Lauren. Cheers. Thank you.
Cheers, buddy. We always enjoy a good cheers on the couch. So,
Thanks, Lauren.
Looking at these acrobatics rolls, for some reason, through the chaos and maybe, I don't know, maybe the lights are actually helping you see the hazards of the dark alleyways, but you seem to be leaping over barrels, dodging around corners, throwing different pallets out of the way, pieces of cloth, anything to slow these guards down. And as you do, you notice as you keep running for a little bit, it gets quieter, quieter, and quieter. And after about 5 minutes, you round another corner, and for the moment, it seems that
Couch, a part of the crew.
Children of Proteus gifted.
Wow.
Children of Proteus, thank you for gifting subs to the couch. You're on the couch, so this is money laundering. Thank you. Woohoo! We love it. Be gay, do crimes. So thank you for that, Children of Proteus. So again, you for the moment appear to be safe-ish. However, Basil, you notice again, you're tall.
I think I'm starting to realize that. Yes.
So at this point, you can take over the narration. Where would you like this story to go?
React, add, action.
Well, we finally got away, so that's good. You, my wonderful Kenku friend, found this amazing ring. However, it seems we are now in quite a pickle. Do we need to find a place to get the cure, or remove the curse, or whatever this thing is?
Well,
why would you want to cure it?
You're
amazing.
I want to apologize to you. I didn't, you know, I shiny objects, and I was really excited, and I mean, if we get the right ingredients, then maybe I can make you a potion that could get it off your finger.
Can everyone, real quick, as the tavern master, I'm just going to ask, can everyone give me a wisdom saving throw?
Oh boy.
Yeah, that's gonna be a 6.
All right, so Bomber,
Nice.
you're the only one. You're the only one who hears this, but you hear a voice. Can't really tell where it's from, but it says the following.
Old Bomlin.
Oh,
hold on. I got something in my ear. Give me 1 second.
Maybe you do.
Yeah, it's a dirty 20.
Bomblin, you think you hear something. You think you're about to get a clue. Yeah, you think you're about to get maybe some mystical clue, but you realize that Cookie's eating looks like a piece of beef jerky, and so it sounded like whispers, but it's not. You must be hearing things.
It's street rat. You want some?
I could
All right,
give you
Basil.
something that's
Or-
a little more.
Basil, you can go ahead now and take over again. I needed to see what would happen, and unfortunately, nothing did.
Oh, it's all right. So now that we're sitting behind these, in this alleyway, as you would, and Fizz has suggested a slew of ingredients. Where would you expect, as somebody from this area, and not as one as myself, and not an adventurer like normal? I usually like a nice, calm day. Seems that the one day I pick otherwise, this is what happens. So, where would you suggest we head first?
Well, my guy, I should be honest. I've never made a remove curse potion, so maybe we should find another potion maker that can teach me how.
If you wanted to use your role here to maybe have everyone roll an intelligence check to see if maybe anyone here knows where to start.
Or we could use that, or history, depending on what
Or
they're
history,
at. where we're at.
whatever anyone wants. History or intelligence. History
Oh,
check.
Cookie got a +5 in history.
Yeah, okay, let's do history then, everybody. History checks all around. Who in this city would have potions and herbs and things to remove curses? All right, so okay. So we got a couple of rolls here. I'm going to go in order of answers here. So for Bomblin, you think there's a free doctor's office on the corner. They did get busted for
he passed the roll. It's Improv Quest, right? So he knows what it is, yes. So now he has the opportunity to make it up.
Right.
You know
Okay. All right. Go ahead then. Sorry. Kind of got thrown off there. Okay, so all right, so the only person that would know the answer is Cookie. I was going to kind of do a reveal up, but Cookie, you would know immediately who has...
Yeah! So there's this guy down 5th Street. He's a herring gun, and he has a little bit of a crystal addiction. But if anybody knows how to get rid of curses, it's that guy.
Oh yeah.
So, I mean, if we head to 5th Street, we'll be able to find somebody who can get rid of it.
And you said it was a Harrigan.
Yeah, the big bunny rabbit boy.
I think I know this guy. Does he have only one arm?
Yeah, but he made a new one. He made a prosthetic one out of a couple of sticks and a bird, claws.
Oh yeah. Right, yeah. I know that guy. He also only has one leg.
Yeah, but that's just a summer sausage now.
Right.
As you start debating again the anatomy of this creature, next up in the initiative order, we had, where was it? Wrote all this down. I believe it is Fizz. No, Bomblin. It is Bomblin's turn next. So Bomblin, after you know where to go, what do you do?
All right. So we know that we need to go down to 5th Street, but 5th Street is not what I would say family-friendly area. 5th Street is easily red light district.
Hey man, I grew up on 5th Street. What is all about?
Fucked up bird. Yeah. There's a reason why you steal things.
I don't steal things.
Wow.
You steal things.
I liberate things. Very different. Anyways, we're going to start continuing down into 5th Street so we can go meet up with this herring god. Now, we all know how Dr. Hops can be sometimes. You got to go up, you got to knock on the door, you got to enter the secret passage, And then once you're down inside the secret passage, you got to be able to knock 3 times a step without stepping on any pressure plate.
So what you're saying is I need to be able to get small enough to be in the secret passage.
No, you should be fine. Luckily, these things have been made for giants during that time.
Oh,
funny how that works,
right.
huh? Right? That's crazy. Anyways, but the problem that we're gonna have to really get the real problem is that we gotta talk all the Harrigan guards outside that be able to let us in, and that we're not a bunch of narcs.
And as you say this, you do see outside this little area, it looks to be some guards, but these guards, their armor seems a little bit extra polished. They seem to kind of hold themselves up a little bit taller than most. And I don't know, they seem to just judge you always.
Very judgy.
That's fine.
Very judgy.
All right, listen here, guards. We need to get inside. We have a very important quest. You gotta stay in our way.
You need to get inside, do you? And what pretend do you need to do inside?
We gotta start. We gotta talk to the doctor. Is the doctor in?
Go ahead and give me I'm gonna say a persuasion.
Hi, I'm Cookie, licensed therapist. I'm here to see Dr. Hobbs.
Easy. So with that, with Cookies on, like,
buddy.
oh, I didn't realize you had Cookie with you. Cookie's always welcome here.
What did you do
That's right.
here in order to be welcome here all the time, Cookie?
This is where I got my license.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense, actually.
Yeah.
Me and Dr. Hobbs go way back. We used to make divination crystals out in the back of a caravan. It was great. We made the real pure stuff. All right.
And then Bomblin, is there anything like you want, like any other roles you want to add, any other story elements here? Because you've now successfully made it past these very pompous guards who definitely can tell that since you're with Cookie, you're not narcs.
We're not narcs, but in the secret passageway, we still got to make sure to not step on any pressure plates. So, as a collective, everybody's got to roll a stealth roll to not step on pressure plates.
Oh.
Okay. So we're trying to, again, we don't want to make
your
this
feet.
Yeah.
I think I have. Nope, never mind. Never mind.
Cookie only got a 3.
Ooh, some bad rolls all around for everybody. We love to see it. So, as you're walking in, let's go ahead and have Bomblin tell us what happens when everyone fails here.
Yeah, so me and Basil, we're up in front, and we're doing very well. We're actually, I'm like, hey, watch out for that one, Basil. Careful. Oh, there's another one. And then all of a sudden we hear a tick, and then we look behind us, and Cookie and Fizz are gone.
Oh.
But where did they go?
I think it's Fizz's turn, actually.
That's
so
not
Fizz,
good.
yeah, Fizz, where did you guys go?
All right, man.
Chris,
We were walking on the pressure plates, man. And me and Cookie, we were just fucking off, having fun. And the pressure plate went off, and we went straight down a hole, man. And we were sliding for 3 minutes. There's a cut of a video of me and Cookie playing cards, sliding down this hill. And then we hit the bottom. And it's quiet. And dirty. Like mud. And we're feeling around. And there's spider webs and shit, man.
And I was
snap.
scared. And I couldn't see.
No. Fizz, you don't gotta be scared. See, listen, spider webs are a really good snack.
Yeah, but...
And occasionally they make you grow spider legs.
I will say, Fizz, please don't forget that you still have some lights that seem to still be dancing around you.
Oh, yeah. Well, I was actually going to make, if you'll allow me to flavor text this, I want to use my alchemist supplies to make a dancing light potion that I just shake, and it, like, lights up, and I hold it up.
Cool. So go ahead, let you roll for that if you want to see if you can craft that. Just make it an alchemy check, alchemy tools check.
18.
Easy. So without even kind of looking, because you're kind of looking up, I would say, again, you make this, but what is your process of, making chemicals and making potions? Like, do you have a set that you build? Is it just hodgepodge? Like, what is your process?
So I got pouches, man. I have to get through all, like there's, like, shiny rocks in my pouches. I got to get past them, and I get to I got, like, herbs, and I've got, like, teeth and stuff. Some shit that actually Cookie gave me. There's a bunch of toes. They help with potions, like a giant's toe.
We do.
And I in the dark, I can't see, and I'm just closing my eyes, and I'm just doing it by feel. I'm like smushing and mixing and shaking.
And so you do this, and you realize that, again, now you have double dancing lights, and so you can see very clearly. In fact, it's not dim light anymore. You definitely have bright light in this space, so you can see very, very clearly. You don't have to do any dark vision or anything like that. You can see fairly well.
Nice. And as we can see, it's a cavern of bunny holes. You know how jackrabbits go into the ground? Have you seen that?
Yeah.
They have been
They're
taken
called burrows.
over. It's a burrow! And they have been taken over by spiders. And we hear the sound of spiders. And I'm like, hey, Cookie, I like to eat spiders too. Are you hungry?
I am. I'm always ready for snack time.
Nice. It's snack time.
As you are in this darkness, I will say it's weird. You hear the spiders, but then you also hear like a
Puppy!
That's a fucked up spider.
That's a fucked up spider.
Did you just hear barking?
That's fine.
Yes, it's loud enough.
Downstairs.
I would say that it's loud enough that, yes, those of you who stayed up top do hear not only the weird barking sound from below, but the screams of your two companions.
Oh, that's not good.
Hey, I've been here before.
How do we get to them?
You see, this is exactly why I said don't step on the pressure plate. See, that's
Like
their
this.
problem now. Our problem is you, buddy. And we gotta get that ring off of you. As soon as possible.
Can I step on a plate?
You most certainly can. I will let you. And you know what? As you do it, Bomlin's right beside you. You both start going down the slide. Y'all's is a little bit more fun. It has a few more like loop-de-loops in it. But you will. You, Basil, I will say, due to your height, you actually land perfectly at the bottom, just naturally. Bomblin, unfortunately, you fall and, you get a little dirty. Just because it's you.
Oh, hey, guys.
I'll pick him up.
Ow.
What was the barking sound I just heard?
Tunnel guard dogs.
Yeah, barking spiders.
I told you. God damn it.
We'll be fine. Listen, if we take this tunnel to the right, and then take the tunnel to the left, and then the right, and then the left, and then another left, and then up a flight of stairs. We'll be right at the office. We're almost there.
Yeah, but we take one wrong turn, and you know what happens, Cookie.
Also, that I didn't understand a word you just said.
Snacks.
So what happens if we take a wrong turn?
Snacks. I hope you like spiders.
There's
I
snakes
didn't.
and spiders.
Spiders are
Basil,
quite terrifying when
You
you're
ever seen a
2.5
dragon
feet
spider?
tall. A dragon spider? No!
They got dragon spiders now.
Well,
Yeah, that's
they
why I
they
said
bark.
we don't need to come down here. We got big old wings and like 8 legs and like kind of scaly, and they could like breathe fire.
Oh my gosh.
So
Ever seen webs on fire before? That's natural.
Cookie is immediately gonna run in the direction of the barking and the skittering because she wants to see a dragon spider.
It is, again, your turn, Cookie. So is your back up in initiative. So as you've said to make a right and a left and this and that, and you head towards the sound of the barking, what would you like to add to this scene as you make your
Hell
way?
yeah!
Oh no.
So, Cookie gonna go off to the right and just scamper off on all fours and be like, you guys can come or what? And just keep scampering, and they're all coming behind, but the Cookie on all fours, listen, force to be reckoned with, fastest, strongest kobold there is. Listen, Cookie an Olympic level runner when on all fours, but Cookie gonna take a right and then a left, and then at the next right, the passage is all webbed over, and what comes out of the darkness is the spider dragon. And it's this.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
You cook it. Let you cook. I'm let you cook.
Cookie like dragons. Cookie like big. I don't know why you would want to get rid of, like, Basil, like, you're now big. You're so big. Why can't you just, like, Cookie want to be big. But
if
no,
we can
the
find a way
spider
to
dragon.
take this off, you can have it.
If we break the curse on it, then our Cookie won't be big. Cookie will just be small. Cookie have Napoleon complex. Sorry, Nipple-Olean complex. He was a really big dwarf, and yeah, he was this
Famously.
Yeah, Nipple-Olean is. Let me tell you.
The famous Battle of Potterloo.
Yeah, and
I've heard of
he
that.
used to send. Yeah, he used to send his wife messages that said, "I'm coming home. Don't wash, dirty bird." All right. Anyway, so.
Who's a dirty bird? I'm a pretty bird.
You are pretty bird. Give kisses.
Thanks, dude. No, it's okay.
All right, so the spider dragon, I got distracted, sorry. The spider dragon emerges out of the webs, and it literally is a big, long, scaly body with little pincers in the front. It almost looks like it's probably a centipede.
Oh no.
Chaos card. Alrighty, we love a chaos
I
card.
just threw up.
All right, so that means that we get to do the fun chaos card thing. I actually don't have the chaos card roll table, but let's see.
Oh, here, hold on. You roll, and Cookie will tell you what it is.
Right.
That doesn't sound mischievous enough.
Not at all. Why would you
you
dare
You
question?
roll a d12, and Cookie will tell you what it is.
Oh, is that?
12.
Oh, wait. Yes, is that the?
A 12. Okay. Tag team storytelling.
Okay, I do have that list. Okay, I didn't know if that was the new chaos card list. Cool.
Yeah.
All right.
So
thank
during the
you.
next round, GM can say switch to the current speaker must stop mid-sentence while another player continues where they left off.
Right. So again, we're kind of going to do this popcorn style. For the next little bit here, as the spider is approaching, I'm going to say the word switch, and it will go from Cookie to Basil to Bomblin to Turk. And it will literally be, as I say switch, they will have to pick up right where the other person left off in the story. So Cookie, as the spider, dragon spider, or sorry, Fizz, you will all go in that order. And again, starting with you, Cookie, what does this spider look like? And again, how is it approaching you?
So this big spider dragon has got a long, scaly body, like an acid green with black flecks all over it, with eight giant...
And then with the giant 6, 8-legged legs come out, you can see they actually have that webbing of what looks like wings on each one of the legs as it's slowly starting to crawl out of the webbing, heading towards...
And then it smashes down one of its mandibles, and the cavern kind of shakes as little egg sacs start to pop, and little tiny spider baby dragons start flying around the cavern.
Switch.
And it does a dragon breath, but it's poison, like spider poison, and it spits it all over the...
all over the floor, and causes this big cavernous hole to open up that leads stories and what looks like stories and stories of tunnels below, and then
switch
all the little baby...
all the little babies start to curl out from behind this dragon like a wolf spider, and they start to skitter around it as they each bring out their very tiny wings, and they all lift off the ground at the same time, heading our direct.
Great for us! Now, we're all stuck there, frozen in time, not quite kind of sure what to do in a moment like this, but that's why we're going to...
Switch.
We look up, and the dragon acid has melted the wall, and there is now a hole that leads up, but it's murky and nasty, and all the babies seem like they also want to eat their mother, because that's the way it works. And the babies are trying to eat us.
Ray didn't say switch, did he?
I said switch. I did. I did. Sorry.
Oh,
switch.
Okay. So I didn't hear it, and I was like, oh, we gotta keep going.
Yeah, the babies are eating the mom, and there's like a hole for y'all to climb out of.
Ah, but shoot, everybody this way, let's go! And we're gonna run into the tunnel. I'll take a little leap of faith acrobatics check over the hole into the hole.
Go ahead and roll for it.
Oh no!
This couldn't end well. This couldn't end bad at all.
How deep is that hole?
We'll find out.
Goes stories and stories.
Oof.
I'm afraid of heights.
Oof.
I got a 14.
So we got one more.
Yep. That's being goofy. 12.
In panic. In a moment of just survival. Cookie, how do y'all get up this hole?
Alright, so Cookie gonna be the first one to go, and Cookie just gonna make a leap of faith across, and as Cookie goes diving into the hole, she tucks and rolls. Fizz is the next one to follow, and kind of does a sweet-ass glide move, but he takes like a little bit of coaxing because he accidentally looks down and panics for a second. And we're like, if you just... Yeah, don't look down, or that's the way you're going. Look at Cookie. Look at Cookie. Who's a pretty
I don't like heights, man.
But Bomblin and Basil are really big, so they just kind of step across. It was only really a big hole if you were small.
Now that would have been much more difficult if I was originally small. So.
Yeah. So it's like, oh, okay, so
giant, super chill, like all the shit. Well, I'll just step over.
All right. And so as you hear the chaos still below you, thank God those babies hatched when they did. Otherwise, y'all would be in a world of trouble. And as you start climbing and climbing, it's almost like you start to feel cooler. You start to feel fresh air. And just as you crest the top, you arrive into...
You feel cool as fuck.
You arrive into this open... what looks to be like an open warehouse space a bit, but it's weird. It's like a hoarder took it over 30 years ago, and there's just piles of things in places. There's boxes and nets and weird, like leftover, what looks to be half-finished experiments or ideas. There seems to be, maybe a wild panther that is like somehow made a nest in the corner. It's asleep, it's fine. But you're literally in this very hectic and confusing space. You've crawled out into what basically is this giant space, and you hear in the distance, where did I put that divin? Where's that crystal? I need that. And if I put it over here, no, did I put it over there? No, I don't know. I left it. Where did I leave it? Did I put it? And you hear in the muttering, ever far in the distance, it sounds to be a very manic sounding person thing, definitely looking for a crystal of some sort. And that is where we are going to take our break. That's right. If you are still here with us, we are going to take a quick break, let our actors breathe for a second outside of their masks, and as well get a drink of water. But hey, if you are still here with us, again, make sure to check out our Discord. Make sure to check out the merch shop. We've got merch. That's right. We've got shirts. We've got all kinds of fun stuff. Go check it out. And again, we want to thank you all for being here. Make sure to, again, stick around through our break. The story will continue, and we will see y'all when we get back.
Frog said, how hard is it to vape in here? It's all right.
Are we going to do a thumbnail pose?
Yeah,
can we do
thumbnail poses real quick?
Yes, we need to do a thumbnail pose. So, Chad, if you have a suggestion, how these characters should pose for this thumbnail on YouTube.
James!
For the... there's James.
Hold your pipe up.
Tilt the pipe up a little bit. Let's get the full pipe. Let's get the full pipe in there.
Yeah,
there we go.
Yeah, put it in your mouth. Yeah, just where we go.
Oh, God.
Hello.
See if I can hide behind Cookie. It's literally...
I've tried to hide behind Cookie before.
Cookie's the biggest kobold. She make a big space.
For some reason, I thought you were going to make him really big and then just all of us small underneath him as literally the thing, the gag.
Yeah.
Oh, that would have been great.
That's why I literally was hiding behind Cookie, and I was like, but I'm like this massive person and Cookie's right in front of me.
Maybe they won't see me.
I can't
Maybe
see
not.
well enough to do very much. I'm gonna tell you.
That's good enough. That's good enough.
Good enough. All right, welcome to our. We've got.
Do a Pokemon pose.
Yeah, Pokemon pose. Or. Pokemon. They got. You got tricked into working for Amazon.
Cookie can't look sad. Cookie's only got happy expressions.
All right. Thank you guys so very much. We appreciate you guys again. Love those thumbnails. And again, make sure if you are clipping anything, throw those in the Discord. We'll look them at the end of the show. But we will be back in just a few moments. Stick around. Welcome back into the tavern. Our story this evening so far. Our adventurers were trying to show their new friend Basil the wonderful items and things that you can encounter in a dungeon as an adventurer. Unfortunately, Fizz, the Kenku of the party, decided that a few of these items would be better in the party's possession. In a strange turn of events, Basil has a cursed ring on their hand, which has turned our normal 2-foot-tall halfling into a 9-foot-tall beast of a man. They have been trying to go to a kind of known individual called Dr. Hops, who might be able to assist with removal of such a cursed item. After attempting to go through a secret passage and failing miserably, they encountered a dragon spider, which of course Basil hates anything related to dragons. Thankfully, their children hatched at the exact same time, devouring the mother, giving our heroes a chance to escape through a hole where they have emerged into a very large warehouse space that is incredibly cluttered by items that both seem magical and mundane. And as our heroes emerge, they hear in the distance the muttering of what seems to be someone, somewhere. Now, I would ask that as this is a new scene, characters, please let us go ahead and roll a new initiative. And I will say, the DC in this room is definitely higher and will be a 12.
Cookie got a 10.
Right, so we've got a 10.
Hi, snacks. Hi.
So first up, we have Basil, followed by Bomblin, followed by Cookie, and lastly, Fizz. So, Basil, as you emerge from this hole, realizing that you are safe-ish, maybe a bit taller, you gather your surroundings.
Frog toys
and
just redeemed random item. Basil.
Love that. I do have a roll table prepared for that. Basil, please go ahead and roll me a D100.
Nine.
9. Perfect. Okay, so as you kind of take in this space, you look over and strangely enough, you notice a cheese platter. It seems to be arranged with a number of different artisanal cheeses.
Now, food is definitely up my alley. I can actually...
Jams and crackers and this nice assortment. And on it seems to be a jeweled flask of some kind. It looks like a wine goblet. As you pick it up, you swish it around and there's definitely wine in this. And so you go to uncork it, and as you pour yourself a glass, and it keeps going, and you stop, that glass is full, and you pour another glass that's right next to it, and it's full, and it continues. It seems that you have discovered the flask of endless wine, a jeweled, encrusted flask that is filled with rubies and emeralds, and whenever you wish to pour alcohol from it, it is an endless amount of whatever you choose. Seems that you may have been thinking of a good red to go with this wine as you were pouring.
For a halfling? Dude, he's gonna die.
Well, we haven't really decided if I can even get this ring off. And if that's the case, then this is going to be a lot easier not to get drunk rather than to be dead.
Yeah.
Listen, if it ever becomes a problem, I run a really good AA meeting.
It's
I do a good
phenomenal
12-step
meeting.
program.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't want a glass of wine then?
No, Cookie not old enough to drink yet.
Oh.
Is it a shiny goblet?
It is incredibly shiny. It's golden. It has jewels all over it. And actually, James, as you hold it, you start to get a better feel of it. It's almost like this is imbued with very strong magic. And as you hold it, you realize that it does provide very good alcohol and very high proof and can get you very drunk. However, if you do get drunk and get sick, you will vomit. And when you vomit, you will, of course, vomit jewels.
Thanks, Nikki.
Thank you, Nikki.
You said jewels? Wait, hold up now.
You will vomit jewels based on whatever type of alcohol you drink.
Well, I am not really one to drink,
looking for a reason to do that.
Boblin, if you would like some, you're welcome to have some.
Yeah, I don't know. My sponsor's here. It's really tough.
Hey,
Okay,
man.
wait, hold on. I got an idea. How about we do a flask stand. We get Fizz on the top of it. We get Fizz completely plastered to the point of vomiting, and then we just see what happens.
I will say, I'm going to use one of my couch coins this evening, and you hear right above you, almost like behind each of you, you almost kind of all have to jump here. Yeah, that'd be really cool. Yeah, it'd be really fun if y'all did that. I love that thing. I wondered where that was. Hi! And you look up and you see...
Everybody slow turns.
Slow turns, and you see a giant rabbit man that at this exact moment seems to be wearing a bathrobe made of noodles.
Hi, Hops!
Hey, Cookie! So good to see you. Hi. Oh, tall, very tall. Who are you?
I'm not normally this tall. I apologize. Is this your place, your things?
Yes. Welcome. Doctor Hops.
Oh, the doctor. And this is the one that you all were saying could potentially, and he'll kind of show the ring. So
kind of madly, he like falls down, almost like falls flat from this like high perch of boxes he's on onto his face. Kind of jumps up quickly and then like runs over to you and like grabs your hand and like very like awkwardly with no personal boundaries, just inspecting it. Just, ooh.
Classic.
So I'm a halfling. And right. And these wonderful creatures of different races, are here to help. And they said you would be the person to help.
He wants to remove the curse.
Remove. Yes.
I say, how about we just remove the finger, which would remove the ring, which would remove the curse? But apparently that's frowned upon.
I mean, I would like to keep my fingers if it was absolutely up to my own choice.
Yeah, but you would have a permanent two and the pink one and the stink. I mean, who wouldn't want that?
You see Dr. Hops throw a saw behind their head. You know, okay, so no finger. Okay, fine.
Hey, man. Dude, I can make potions. And I need some things, man. Look, I'm just getting to know these fellas, truthfully, dude, but I can make potions.
Potion, yes, potions. I have potions, things for potions, ingredients, things that, and I guess they do get kind of spastic here. In our initiative order here, Basil, is there anything in this moment that you want to roll for, have somebody else roll for? Where do you think that this action should go in this moment?
This action is probably leading to one of two things. Either the Dr. Hops trying to like find a way to remove it without any sort of like usefulness. So he's just pulling on it, trying to get it off. Gotcha. The other, and I could also see Cookie being very hesitant on that. As somebody who believes that, you know, being big is a very important thing, they would be fighting against the idea.
All right. I will say that as this is kind of a combination of things then happening, let's go ahead and let's give Basil let's call it a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
And Cookie, if you could give me a Wisdom check.
Okay.
Right. 16 for Basil. And 16 for Cookie. So, as Dr. Hops is pulling, it hurts. Like, they're just kind of, it gets a little uncomfortable. And weirdly enough, you pull away and realize that was probably the best thing for you to do in that moment, because your finger's looking a little red, and if that had kept going in that direction, maybe it would have not ended too well for your finger. Cookie, earlier, again, as you were all standing in the alleyway, there was a moment where it was like, maybe something was happening, but not quite. This time you hear it. This time you hear a voice laughing, giggling, if you will. And it seems to be saying, you found me. Yes, you did. You found me quite a fright. You found me and you put me on, and now you are of giant height. To free yourself, the truth, it's easy, a simple task to do. Find someone who is willing to take this bit from you.
I know this ring. Don't trust this ring.
Fizz, unfortunately, you just hear static in your ears, and Bomblin as well. Cookie's the only one who can hear this voice.
I need someone who wants to take a job. I got an idea! Basil, come here! And Cookie gonna climb up Basil's shirt and down his arm and immediately put his whole hand in Cookie mouth. And just slobber all over his hand and try to pull off the ring.
And as you go to do that, Bomblin, it's your turn. What happens?
That's when the unexpected happened. As Cookie's trying to throw off this ring, the ring finally comes off, but then gets stuck on Cookie's tongue. Basil falls back down to the ground, shrinking down to his original size. And then Cookie grows.
Big Cookie!
Oh no!
9 feet. 20 feet.
This is exactly
50
what we
feet.
didn't want.
Oh God.
It's not stopping.
100-foot tall Cookie.
Cookie too big!
Cookie's too big. Cookie's too big. Dr. Hops, you gotta do something.
Oh. Apparently that's really different on the kobolds.
I want so the action that Cookie is gonna have to do is make a wisdom saving throw to not lose their mind and total hugeness and stay in control of their kobold mind.
It's weird.
Not turn into a dragon. While
Cookie,
the rest of
you
us
feel
make
it.
athletics checks to not get stepped on by Cookie.
Ooh, it's a 10. It's a 10. Cookie.
Cookie, the ultimate power!
Oh, fuck. Your public gets stepped on.
Whew.
Basil got a nat 20, baby. It's a nat 20. First one of the night. Chat.
Basil, Fizz, you're running. Bomblin. All of a sudden.
I remember this story.
What is... And I will say, since it's Cookie who failed the roll, Cookie, in your monstrous form, you can't help but feel the word bouncing in your brain. Smash. What do you do?
Cookie smash! Cookie strongest there is! Cookie ruins cities! Cookie will lay waste to land! Ah!
And you do. You tear through the roof of the warehouse. You see the city down beneath you. You see the city down beneath you. A sprawling city just waiting. And all of a sudden, it is now... Cookie, it's your turn. So what do you do?
Cookie will give everyone therapy whether they like it or not! You will take my suggestion! Stop making decisions that are bad for you!
You spent a couch coin.
Go for it.
Fantastic. What's that?
Oh no. Oh, I think I know what's happening. Ladies and gentlemen, coming to us live. You've seen the impression, now get the real deal.
Full costume change. You guys don't understand! You guys don't understand! Cookie's got that fucking crazy! We're gonna use summon a jutsu and command to summon a gigantic wildfire spirit. Wildfire spirit's gonna teleport all of us out of here. We gotta fucking go.
And so,
a gigantic, like, fiery, like, rabbit creature about the size of what Basil was like, because it's kind of giant and, like, Buffy-like, almost like a Greek god. God damn. Anyways, I'm getting distracted. And then it's gonna teleport us far, far away. And so there we all are, sitting on a cliffside as we watch Godzilla cooking just take control and destroy this fucking town. She's throwing bell towers and like throwing ships.
Go for a walk.
No, it's absolutely fucking bananas. And Boblin's unconscious because he got stepped on by Cookie. He hasn't been okay since. And that's my whole couch coin.
perfect. So, Cookie,
Maybe you
again,
steal
your
things
friends,
because your mother never loved you.
aggressive therapy. Go ahead and give me a persuasion check with advantage, Cookie.
Size.
Cookie got 15.
15. Okay, so you are aggressively trying to get people in the town to listen to your therapeutic advice because you are giant, because you are you. What is happening in the town, I guess, as you very convincingly get people to, approach their past trauma, confront the obstacles in their life that are most difficult for them, repair relationships that they've been putting off, start tasks that they have yet to fulfill. What happens?
Only you can accept the gender you feel you truly are.
There's a big brawly. There's like a big brawly
couch coin.
Okay.
This ramshackle this house was next to 5th Street, right? Which is where Fizz is from. So like we cut to see all the homies from 5th Street, and she's like, "Embrace yourself," and they're like, "Hey, this Kinku, this kobold speaking some real shit," and they're all out there with like bows, and they're like, "I thought we were gonna kill her. I don't know though. She's really,
Just because you were given a rough start doesn't mean you can't succeed in society."
That's true, man. You gonna embrace it? Be a blacksmith or what?
Yeah, she's right. You know what? I have been neglecting my mama.
Yeah.
Stop writing down your crimes. It's how you get caught.
All the homies from 5th Street.
That's what was really helpful.
Oh,
You see like this random, there's like a random like Thieves Guild person like, maybe we should stop posting on the bulletin board when we pull off a heist. You know what? They're right. All the homies on 5th Street.
all the
So what happens? Okay, so I'm Cookie taking it back. Okay, so as Cookie, people are like going, yeah, you know what? Maybe we should start doing these things. And as more and more people start finding their life's purpose and like working together towards building a better community, Cookie starts feeling fulfillment and starts shrinking and shrinking and shrinking. Until Cookie just in the middle of the street, very small, being like, "Listen, guys," and like coughs, and the ring comes out, and she just holds it, and she goes, "Thank you, ring. You're so good to me. You gave Cookie a good dream." I'd be like, "All right, my office hours are 7 p.m. to 2 a.m. in the Tall Tale Tavern. If anybody ever wants to talk."
You have a line. There's definitely a line of people trying to get your contact information because, there was some, we had some breakthroughs. There was definitely some healing that happened. And as we kind of fade to black real quick, we cut back to the Tall Tale Tavern where you were again all up on the stage telling the story. And from the audience, there's like what looks to be like a little like smaller halfling girl, like who's like probably like shouldn't be at the bar, but Dad definitely brought her because like he brought her, and she kind of peeks up and looks at you, Basil, and goes, So how was it? How was it being tall? When you were?
Well, you know, at first I really didn't like it. I couldn't get through doors the way I normally did. I had to bend down a lot, and it felt like I just was always out of air. But after a while, it was kind of nice, and I still miss it.
Yeah, and I think at that point, you will see, again, I will say probably Scoutmaster Wildthorn kind of steps up in the back and goes, yes, when you came in, it looked like you were having a bit of a trouble, a little bit. So, again, I heard you like to smoke, and I wanted to, we apologize for Fizz. He's new. He doesn't quite know, like, the ins and outs of, showing people the adventuring life. So this was completely on our bad as an adventuring group. So as payment, and hopefully again he won't bring this to the courts or anything. We want to give you this pipe. This very special pipe that it's mine. I've smoked some very good plants out of it, and I hear that it'll make shapes for you. So we're sorry for any trouble that may have happened with the guards or with mental health. Again, Cookie is offering complimentary, right, Cookie? Mental health for Basil.
Yeah, of course. He signed the liability waiver.
Oh, he signed the waiver. Oh, well, just keep the pipe. That's fine. And so as you end the scene here, I'd like to go around to each one of you and kind of give us one final little wrap up of this story of like how you feel like it ended. Is there any parts of it you wish to debate or change that, that didn't happen that way, or it happened this way, or anything else you want to add? Let's go ahead and we'll start with initiative. We'll go backwards. We'll start with Fizz. Fizz, anything else you want to add to this story right here at the end as you stand in front of your audience?
Yeah. Hey, look. We were on that hillside that Dr. Hops teleported us to, and I did find those ingredients I needed for Remove Curse. Finally. And I was worried about Cookie, but she shrank. So we didn't need it after all.
Man, it's almost like you now have a just free Remove Curse.
Yeah.
You can add that to your inventory and use it whenever you'd like.
Remove Curse Potion. Sick. Anyways, we did find it up there, and I do have a bag of shiny objects still. If anybody's looking to buy, yeah, you can find me outside.
Go ahead and roll me a D100 there, then, Fizz. Just go ahead and roll me a D100.
Would you be interested in a bird's... sorry. No, never mind.
What's that?
Nothing.
You sure?
Yeah.
22. All right. So you have roughly about 2,000 gold worth of just shiny things. Do with that information as you will.
And I don't want the gold. I want the shiny things. When I said buy outside, I meant buy my gold in exchange for shiny things. I guess that means sell.
Perfect.
You're looking to
And
sell.
so, barter, even. So, as we cut to Fizz trying to set up a makeshift antique shop, if you will, we will then go to Cookie. How are you ending your part of the tale this evening?
Cookie doing really great. Cookie held on to the ring, cause Cookie, she feels like it gave her the first bit of fulfillment that she could be Big Dragon one day.
You're so fun. Oh God, I can't believe you, of all people, picked me. I can't wait for us to be friends. apparently the ring is you can talk to it very easily now, and it loves everything you have to say.
Yeah, you know, and I've put it on a couple times. I haven't gotten big since, but I feel like it's really based on how much fulfillment you need and I got a lot of fulfillment out of that time that I used it. So I probably have a while until like my wanted needs that I put aside instead of dealing with my own problems and solving everybody else's bubbles over again. But Cookie's doing great right now.
Wonderful. And so from Cookie, then we will move to Bomblin. How are you ending your portion of the tale this evening?
Bubblin's fine, but Bubblin's like waking up after the hillside and they're kind of just looking out at the destruction that Cookie has caused, but there is no longer a Cookie, so very much confused. But his real confusion kind of stems back all the way into Dr. Hobbs's hideout underneath that cargo hold place, down into the lair of the spider dragons. And that's where the scene cuts. It just kind of fades. And you just see a bunch of them flying around and like spraying webs and then burning stuff. And then you kind of start to see them crawl out. That's going to be a problem later.
Later... Sure, but not now. Not while you have succeeded.
It's not a now problem.
It's not a now problem at all.
Now.
No way that will come back to bite you at all.
I hope
so
not.
As you wrap up there, we finally cut to Basil. Now, normal size, sitting in the Tall Tale Tavern, telling your tale. How would you like to end your story this evening?
Basil will end his story in a much more relaxed way. His feet up on the table, scooted close enough so that they can reach. And a smile on his face as a very strange jeweled goblet sits on the table with him that he pocketed before as the chaos of Cookie Godzilla appeared as he pours a glass to himself and smokes on his pipe for the evening in a much relaxed way.
And so, with your spoils in hand, your lessons learned, and some really cool smoking and drinking accomplishments, you have done it in one evening and in one story. You, Basil, have become an adventurer. And that is where our story will end this evening at the Tall Tale Tavern. But chat, you must now vote on whether you believe the story was true or not. And so as you vote here, we're going to give our lovely actors here a moment to get out of costume, to, get, kind of refreshed. If you are watching us on YouTube, then this is where our story ends this evening. However, if you're watching us live on Twitch, get ready for the roundup as we talk about everything that happened tonight's episode of the Tall Tale Tavern Improv Quest on the Grouch Couch. We'll see you guys in just a bit.
Want to say, my voice is different now. I'm sitting next to Basil, and I'm like, hey man, it's good times, but
we'll just have you drink some of this.
Staring at it. It's so shiny.
And grab the pipe and
whack him on the head. Falls to the ground. Strangely enough, there's a few cheers, and
your story. Pretty birdie.
Hi everyone, welcome back in. Thank you all for hanging out.
I guess I should have worn like a beanie or something.
Yeah, after show talk. And guys, what a great show! First of all, James, thank you for being on the couch with us tonight. Just
so much fun. So much fun.
Fantastic. Did everyone claps in chat for James? Please, just all the claps, because there it is. Thank you. Like, James coming in,
Once it gets here.
Here we go.
What am I looking for?
All the heroes. We're supporting the show.
Lauren.
Members that were here tonight. That was Lauren. Thank you, everyone, for joining us tonight on the couch. It has been a pleasure and a privilege to see you all. And until next time, make sure that you keep your flagons full and your tails very tall. See you guys next time.
Well, Cookie's tail
cheers,
is
buddy.
the
Buddy,
biggest.
James, Tabletop Misfits, you're our guest here today. Do you have anybody that maybe you want us to raid?